Idly ho there, folks. We are back for another exciting and award-winning edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I hope. It's Wednesday, the 22nd day of May, 2019. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host, and it's down the road we go on a cloudy Wednesday. If you liked yesterday, you're going to love today. We're just going to do the same thing all over again weather-wise. Memorial Day weekend, kind of a mixed bag. Friday looks cloudy and wet. Saturday looks just plain cloudy. Sunday looks nice. Monday looks really nice. Sure enough, on the last day of the three-day weekend is when it gets really nice. Too bad we can't move Monday to Friday and start out that, but that's just the way it is. That all-important weather forecast is coming up here in just a couple of minutes. We'll also touch on sports, let you know how the local golfers did. Day one of the WIA State Golf Tournament took place yesterday all over the state. In fact, this is the final weekend of prep sports everywhere. They're all done this weekend with the wrapping up of the spring sports. They got the state baseball championships. Track and field takes place at Tahoma High School. You got golf, as I mentioned before, softball, soccer, and then that's it. They wrap it all up on Memorial Day weekend, and the class of 2019 graduates, and everybody else gets out of school. Year just flew by in this year, the school year, didn't it? Just whew, flew right by. Hey, I mentioned graduation. Don't forget, we'll be covering 4 commencement exercises here on the NCW Life channel. We'll have the Eastmont High School commencement exercises, followed by the Wenatchee High School commencement exercises, back-to-back in a couple of Fridays. And then the following Thursday, Westside will do their graduation ceremonies. We'll be there as well. And then we wrap it up with the commencement exercises for Wenatchee Valley College. So if you have a local person who's moving on to the next phase of their life, you can go there in person, and you should. But if you can't, or if you have relatives who live somewhere all over the country and they can't make it in to watch Johnny or Betty or whoever it is get their diploma, you can tell them they can watch it on our live stream at ncwlife.com. You'll be hearing more about that as we get closer and closer to the commencement exercises, when we commence to exercise. We also have the obscure holiday, today in history, birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion, and Beth Sykes is my guest in the conversation portion of this program. She works at the transition house for the Wenatchee School District. We had a great conversation with Beth. She's a great gal. We really enjoyed it. She came in last week to pre-record that conversation. You'll be able to see that in the back half of this Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Overcast and 52 degrees. If you're ready, I know I'm ready, and I think Megan's ready, so let's go around the valley in north central Washington with our Valley View cameras. There's the cross camera. It's zoomed in just a little bit. It's a handy-dandy tool. We have to remind ourselves that those cameras, those high-definition cameras, are tools, not toys. But we occasionally play with them anyway. The mighty Columbia, again, running high and running cold. As you know by now, we're in a little bit of a drought. We need some more rain. We may get a little rain come Thursday and Friday. Again, I'll have those details, but we're still pretty green, all things considered. Of course, we're still May, and we're still, 29 days from the summer solstice, so we'll warm up. We always do. It's just a matter of time. Camera number 2. Where are we off to, 3M? We're going to go see our friends in Kashmir. Is that the Monitor camera? Yeah, good morning, Monitor. And looking at that camera, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's a lot of orchards in that area. Yeah. I have a tremendous grasp of the obvious. Kashmir's off in the distance there. Beautiful Monitor. Wenatchee River. Can't quite see downtown Monitor from there. That's a beautiful view, and look at all those orchards hanging in there and growing like they should. Cherries and apples and peaches and pears and pumpkin pies. Well, they don't grow pumpkin pies. They probably should. Camera 3. Hello, good morning to Blag Mountain, way up above Peshastin, looking down over Leavenworth. Beautiful view from up there. That's gorgeous. That's up there a ways. That camera's high up in elevation. That's how it has to work for these cameras to work, and specifically for the Sky-Fi system to work, of course. The higher up you have your towers and your dishes, so you can point your dish to our dish and get high-speed internet. The higher up you are, the better you are. That's an incredible view with Leavenworth right smack dab in the middle of your screen. You may have to squint just a little bit. And finally, camera 4 is a slow dissolve to Jump Off Ridge. That's a gorgeous view, isn't it? Just stunning. That whole view, Jump Off Ridge, is just incredible. It's not easy to get to, but it's well worth it. The Stimmel Basin is in the lower left-hand corner. We've zoomed that in just a little bit. The East Wenatchee bench plainly in view. You can see the wave and wheat on the right in most of the East Wenatchee area. Wenatchee, of course, is somewhat obscured by the Wenatchee Heights abutment that juts out there. Beautiful view from Jump Off Ridge. Why they call it Jump Off Ridge, I don't know, but jumping off that ridge is not a good idea. I can guarantee you, you will get hurt. So that's our tour around North Central Washington with our Sky-Fi high-speed cameras, with our high-definition cameras. Maybe they're high-speed, too. I don't know. Sometimes they're not. We click on the mouse and try and get the camera to move, and it doesn't want to do it. Oh, well, what do you do? 6 minutes after the hour from the National Weather Service. Take a look at your forecast. It's a little bit of everything. What's going on is most of the weather today is going to come actually from the east. That doesn't really happen too often, but it's coming from the east, not the west. So we're going to warm up. They say 77. I don't know. I'm a little leery of that. I mean, it's only 53 right now. We only hit 68 yesterday, so I don't know. Maybe we'll get to 77. Certainly going to be cloudy today. That's not going to be different. It's a little light wind, that's it. So basically the sun's taking the day off. It's pretty much going to be a repeat of exactly what we had yesterday, just maybe a little bit warmer, and that's what we're dealing with there. For tonight, mostly cloudy, 58 for the overnight low. Sunshine, lots of it on Thursday, high near 82. It's a weak high-pressure ridge. It's going to move in, move out very quickly, and that's going to allow for another system from Canada to come sliding down over our area. That's going to happen Thursday night into Friday. Thursday night, it's going to cloud up. And then Friday is our best chance of measurable rain. We got about a 50% chance of rain on Friday afternoon. Certainly cloudy, certainly cooler. Anywhere between a tenth to a quarter of an inch possible of rain. They were predicting we could see a stray thunderstorm or two Friday. I don't think it's going to happen. The farther east you go, Ritzville, Spokane, you could see some thunderstorms. For the Wenatchee Valley, probably not going to happen on Friday afternoon. Friday night, mostly cloudy, 57. We'll head straight on into the Memorial Day weekend. Saturday, still some lingering clouds from that system, but it's going to continue to slide south, mostly cloudy and a high of 77. Sunday, we're going to see some sunshine, especially Sunday afternoon. And it will top off at about 80. I like that. 85 on Memorial Day with lots of sunshine. 85 with lots of sunshine on Tuesday. Yesterday's high, as I mentioned, was 68. Our normal high for this time of year is 73. Sunrise this morning at 5:16. Sunset at 8:39. That means 15 hours and 23 minutes of daylight. So there's your forecast. Again, cloudy today. Not a lot of activity going to be happening. A brief period of sunshine and warm temperatures on Thursday. Friday, that system comes down from Canada, clouds us up, gives us a little bit of rain on Friday, possibly Saturday. Saturday night, it begins to exit the area, partly sunny on Sunday, and lots of sunshine from Memorial Day Monday, and right on in to Tuesday. Getting ready to take a break. When we come back, I'll deliver your Wednesday morning news. Before we do that, special thanks to our sponsor, Confluence Health, dedicated to providing safe, high-quality care for everybody in North Central Washington. Our friends at Confluence Health. We'll be back in 1 minute with the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, agent here at Senior Insurances of North Central Washington, where we help our clients navigate the Medicare world. One of the things we really enjoy doing is teaching our clients about their rights. Like, did you know that if you have a traditional Medicare supplement, you can change that monthly all year long, regardless of prior health conditions? So if you'd like to know more about your options with Medicare, you can visit us at one of our 5 local offices, as well as give us a call at 888-2600.
Welcome back. About 10 minutes after the hour, we have overcast conditions and 53 degrees. We'll top off in the mid-70s today, but lots of clouds. And here's us making headlines on this Wednesday. This is a follow-up to a story we first brought you yesterday, including reaction to, well, what happened on Monday. Opponents of that proposed adventure park on the west end of Leavenworth were dealt a setback on Monday after Chelan County Hearing Examiner Andy Kottkamp approved a conditional use permit for the project. Kochkamp's ruling comes just 2 weeks after a 12-hour public hearing in which a vast majority of the people testified against the project, citing concerns about possible traffic and noise impacts. Their main concern is with the location of the proposed park. It's on that hillside that overlooks that busy intersection between Icicle Road and Highway 2. Kochkamp concluded that the City of Leavenworth's environmental analysis met the necessary requirements. Developer David Moffett spoke with our own Steve Hare after receiving the hearing examiner ruling. He says there's currently no timeline for construction.
Our timeline has been extended because of the appeal on the SEPA, and we're just now regrouping and seeing exactly what will happen since the Alpine coaster comes from Germany. There's a lead time and freight time, and there's other things that need to be done, but we don't have a new expected opening date yet, but we're working on that.
Very good. I had a chance to attend the public hearing here a couple of weeks ago, and was certainly impressed by the number of people who came out to testify. I know the vast majority were in opposition to the project. How do you respond to some of their concerns about all noise, traffic, and parking, and that type of thing? And how would you go forward with the city in addressing some of those?
Right. We understand in these type of hearings it is almost the rule that the majority are against the project. And, we address through consulting studies, the traffic and the parking and I think all the concerns. And there are a number of these alpine coasters around the country, about 30, and noise, for example, has never been a problem. I can see someone think it might be, but we think that we've been working on this project for 15 months, and we've studied it very carefully. And I think when it all gets completed, that the public will be very thrilled to have this adventure park where it's located.
Opponents of the proposed park now have 3 weeks to appeal Andy Kochkamp's ruling in Chelan County Superior Court. Dwayne Gaynor with the group Friends of Leavenworth indicated after the April public hearing that the courts will probably be the final arbiter in this matter. Good news for Washington State apple growers. Mexico announced it is removing 20% tariffs on U.S. apples. The Monday announcement follows the U.S. decision to lift tariffs on imported Mexican and Canadian steel and aluminum. U.S. Apple Association President Jim Baer praised the Trump administration's successful trade negotiations that he says will protect agriculture from being drawn into future trade disputes involving metals. Mexico is the state's largest export market for apples. They represent $500 million in sales annually. Baer said the top priorities now will be securing congressional support and ratification of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement, which he says will provide increased future stability and productivity. Well, Wenatchee High School ranks highest on-time graduation rate when compared to other schools of similar size in eastern Washington. Using statistics provided by the state, Wenatchee had a graduation rate of 91.3%. Eastmont showed an 83.3% on-time graduation rate. When it comes to ninth graders on track to graduate, Eastmont School District, 80.3%. That leads the way. Wenatchee, 73.3%. In compiling the comparisons, the Wenatchee School District noted that Wenatchee High School has the highest percentage of graduates who go on to earn a bachelor's degree, 35%. 24% of Eastmont students go on to earn a bachelor's degree. Most of the other schools in the comparison, by the way, are from the Yakima Valley and the Tri-Cities. Washington Elementary has been chosen by the Washington State Board of Education as a 2017-2018 state-recognized school. This distinction, part of the Board of Education's newly redesigned school recognition system. The new system aligns with changes brought about by the Every Student Succeeds Act accountability system and by the desire of the organizations to make the school recognition system more equitable. The newly designed system also incorporates state-level and local information to identify schools that are leaders in terms of growth and achievement. Washington Elementary, one of 216 schools to be recognized, which have demonstrated exemplary performance or have made significant progress, closing opportunity and achievement gaps in the Washington School Improvement Framework measures. Well, spring is here. It's here in full force. People are taking to the trails with the greenery and the warmer days. It's also mountain biking season. And before you hit the trails this year, the Chelan Douglas Land Trust would like to remind bikers about the important things they can do to protect their favorite trails and leave no trace.
As a mountain biker, you can protect your favorite trails by practicing these leave no trace skills. Know before you go. Some trails are closed to bikes seasonally or on alternating days.
Don't forget to pack a helmet, pump, tube, multi-tool, and the 10 outdoor essentials. Keep single track single. Respect trail builders' hard work and avoid riding wet or muddy trails. Ride or walk over obstacles and through mud puddles, not around them, to avoid widening the trail. Ride within your ability to avoid skidding, which quickly degrades the trail surface.
Pack out your trash. Designate a spot for your food wrappers and consider repackaging your food so you create less waste.
Go before you go. When nature calls, move well away from trails, water, and campsites. On long rides, be prepared to bury poop in a 6 to 8 inch cat hole at least 200 feet from water and trail, or bring a personal portable toilet.
Leave nature as you find it. Modifying the trail or building features, unless you're part of an authorized trail crew, is never in style.
Cleaning your bike and tires not only helps you protect your bike, but it also prevents the spread of invasive species. Protect and keep wildlife wild. Don't feed animals. Your fruit peels and nutshells should be packed out. Observe wildlife at a safe distance. You should be able to visually cover them with your thumb held at arm's length.
Share the trails. Mountain bikers yield to hikers and horses. Downhill riders yield to uphill riders. Yielding might mean stopping and letting others pass, but it can also mean slowing down and clearly communicating with all other users. Making verbal and visual contact with horse riders helps relax their horse.
Some people love listening to the sounds of nature on the trail, so consider using earbuds instead of a portable speaker. Just make sure you can hear what's going on around you.
The more stewards we have, the better. So share your trail ethic with friends and on social media.
Good stuff and good advice. Speaking of good stuff, we wrap up this morning's news with our very own Caitlin Hittersheet. She produces the NCW Life magazine. She takes us to the street art illustration class at Wenatchee Valley College. They're responsible for the large-scale art decorating the walls of soon-to-be demolished Wells Hall on 5th Street.
Wells Hall is a building set to be demolished this year, but it won't go down before seeing some large-scale street art decorate its exterior and interior, giving students a truly unique opportunity to bring more mural art to the Valley. We're going to learn more about this work and those creating it, starting with the local artist who leads the course.
My name is Marlon Peterson, and I'm an instructor here at Wenatchee Valley College. I teach an illustration class, and this quarter the illustration class has morphed into a mural painting class. So because Wells Hall is going to get demolished, I think the end of this summer, and so we've secured permissions to paint murals all over the inside and the outside of Wells Hall.
Peterson says he moved to Wenatchee from Renton 7 years ago and began teaching. If you've seen the mural behind the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, then you've seen his work. He teaches drawing and illustration courses at Wenatchee Valley College, bringing his experience in scientific illustration.
My background is in science illustration. I did a program in Santa Cruz, and so a lot of my formal illustration is of like insects and prehistoric creatures and botanical things and a lot of different things from the natural world. But I still have always cartooned and done lots of, kind of surreal type of illustration. I like to work in all different media, but definitely my favorite media is the bigger the better. So working on big buildings like this, it's just amazing to be able to have the largest canvas available. I did a mural arts program with the city of Tacoma about 9 years ago, and that was a great program where a lot of artists got selected to learn how to work with the city and just figure out all the steps that it takes to do big public murals in a big city like Tacoma. So that's where I really cut my teeth. And since then I've done some murals. I got a grant to do a mural in Seattle, and I've done some other commissioned murals. But it's really fun to teach students to do murals as well, because the hard part about doing murals is to get permission to work on the walls.
The course filled up quickly with 18 lucky students.
I did expect this kind of response because people are really hungry for street art. Wenatchee has amazing buildings, just big, perfect flat walls that hopefully I'll get to cover at some point, but we're really ripe for a lot of big mural projects. And I think students know it. Like, street art is something, the course is actually called Street Art Illustration. I call it that. But street art is something that all students know about, and if you go to a big city, you just see it everywhere. It's really embraced.
The course has a fluid structure, assigning students work on different walls, colors, themes, whether in a small group or individually throughout the quarter. Regardless of the assignment, Peterson says he hopes this class inspires more street art throughout the Wenatchee Valley.
I've gotten a lot of positive feedback so far. People are like, oh, why are we getting art on the walls now when the building's gonna get demolished? I mean, I wish that we could have art before that happened. And yeah, I hope that people really get to see it, and just to know that all these bare expanses of wall that you see everywhere could have art on them. And it's not even permanent. I mean, you can paint over it if people don't like it, but in the end, yeah, it's such a great atmosphere to walk around and see art when you're in a college campus or downtown or wherever. So yeah, hopefully it just leads to other things. There's a lot, I've just heard about other buildings that are gonna go on the chopping block in the next few years that I'm sure this kind of project could also be done on, like in Bajer Hall, I think. But also some of the newer buildings just have beautiful walls that, hopefully the people see the quality of work that the students do, and they'll seek it out. They'll ask for it rather than us begging for it.
That's a nice snippet from this week's edition of the NCW Life magazine, produced by our very own Caitlin Heddersheet. You can check it out on TV or watch it on demand by going to our website at ncwlife.com. And that's one of the many ways you can get a hold of us. Look at the bottom of your screen, and it's all there, all the information you need. Drop us a note and say hi. Pick up the telephone and give us a call at 888-2020. You can also phone in some news tips if you want. You see the number there. You can email us. I prefer the email, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our Facebook page, or you can go to our Twitter handle, or you can go to our website at ncwlife.com and click on the Connect Us icon. And while you're there, fish around a little bit, surf around a little bit. Do they even still call it that? In any event, check out our website. We're pretty darn proud of it, and it's all everything you need to know. It's all there in one little area. Just bookmark it. Make it your homepage, ncwlife.com. We're going to take a break. When we come back, sports, the obscure holiday, today in history, birthdays. Everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And my conversation with Beth Sykes of the Wenatchee Transition House, part of the Wenatchee School District's special education program. You're going to like that conversation. All that and more between now and the top of the hour. You watch Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, my name is David Olson. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Columbia Valley Community Health. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, we genuinely care about our patients. And we hope that you trust us to take care of you, to take care of your family. Thank you.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs. Welcome back. Just about 25 minutes after the hour from Studio 5 in downtown Wenatchee. I'm Dan Kuntz. Let's do sports. Former Wenatchee Apple Sox Tommy Malone, he did his part, but the Mariner offense didn't do their parts, and the Mariners lost again, 5-3 the final. Texas got the better of the Mariners. Malone went 5 innings in his first start as a Mariner. He allowed 2 runs, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, but Rangers starter Lance Lynn, he was really good. He struck out 11 Seattle hitters in his 7 innings to earn his 6th win of the season. Trailing 3-0 in the seventh, Seattle closed the gap to a run. It was an RBI base hit by Omar Navarez and then a sacrifice fly by Jay Bruce. But Texas got two big insurance runs in the eighth on Joey Gallo's 15th home run of the year. Manager Scott Service says he was pleased with Malone on the mound, but his team just couldn't have enough offense late in the game to overcome the deficit.
You know, Tommy Malone did a nice job, kept us right in the ball game there. They ran some long at bats in the first inning, but he got through it, did exactly what we needed out of him. Got on him late. Offensively, we got some things going later on, but not enough. And the tack-on runs that they got were big. The big home run there in the eighth, the Gallo hit was, big separator. Hopefully, keep it right at one run if we could. And just weren't able to do it tonight. The Gallo can hit the ball at the park, and you don't get your fastball located or a good secondary pitch in there. That's what can happen. So Elias has thrown the ball great. He's probably been our most consistent guy all year long. It was a good spot to use him in, trying to keep the game right there. We just weren't able to do it. But again, Omar had a really good night at the plate. Some good signs there from him, but not quite enough up and down the lineup. Lynn threw the ball really well.
Mariners are going to try to avoid being swept today at 11:05. That's right, a morning start. Marco Gonzalez takes the mound. Jesse Chavez will get the nod for the Rangers. Lots of off-the-field news. A lot of things going on roster-wise. Seattle put second baseman Dee Gordon and third baseman Ryan Healy on the 10-day injured list. Gordon is sidelined with a wrist contusion since being hit by a pitch back on May 9th. Healy is out with lower back inflammation. Rookie second baseman Shed Long recalled from AAA Tacoma. He got his first major league hit, by the way, last night. Utility man Dylan Moore was also activated off the IL to help the infield. Take a look at the Les Schwab scoreboard. Those are the other games from the American League last night. Mark Canha hit a pinch hit, two-run home run. Jack Jorgensen Profar hit a solo shot. Oakland got past Cleveland 5-3. Justin Verlander is really good. He threw an 8-inning one-hitter with 12 strikeouts. Houston beat the White Sox 5-1. Verlander is now 8-1 on the year. And Marwin Gonzalez went 2 for 5 with a 2-run home run and 3 RBIs to lead Minnesota past the Angels 8-3. Mariners still in the basement. One series left in the baseball season. The Washington State Cougars have decided to fire head coach Marty Lees. Athletic Director Pat Chun made the announcement yesterday. Cougars are 11-39-1 this season. They're going to miss the postseason for the 9th consecutive year. Chun says it was time for a new direction. The Les Schwab Prep scoreboard. See how the area golfers did yesterday during the first round of the WIAA State Golf Championships. There you see it. At the 4A Boys Championships at the Creek at Qualshon. It's in Spokane. Only Wenatchee's Trey Stegman made the cut. He shot a first-round 81. That was good enough for a tie for 45th. Eastmont's Jacob Bindley shot 85, just missed the cut. The rest of the Panthers struggled. Mason Brown with a 92, Hunter Schwartz with a 93, Connor Brown with a 101, and Carson Huffaker with a 101. Stegman will tee off this morning at 7:57. He'll be the lone local golfer to make the second round of the 4A Boys Tournament. The 4A Girls Championships also going on in Spokane at the Hangman Valley Golf Course. Eastmont's Emily Wentworth had a nice first round, shot an 86, good enough for a tie for 34th. Unfortunately, she's the only Wildcat advancing to the second round today. Teammates Tina Burt shot a 103, Maddie Peipel a 107, Jillian Paxton a 105, Allison Thieler shot a 136. So Emily gets the tee time. She gets going at 7:57 this morning. The cut for the girls, by the way, in the 4A tournament was 91. To the west side we go for the state 1A championships. It's being held at Olympia Country Golf and Country Club. Once again, just one area golfer was able to advance to the second round. That's Chelan's Miles Grossberg shot a first round 84. He ties for 18th. Teammate Joey Gaspar just missed the cut with a 92. Cascades Isaac Cortez shot a 100. Grossberg has an 8:40 tee time this morning for round number 2. Finally, we'll head to the Tumwater Valley Golf Course for the state 1B, 2B, 1A championships. Again, just Chelan's Kalen Boykin will be around for the second day of the tournament after a first round 96 yesterday. Cascades Emma Health Seth shot a 102. The Kodiak's Emma Nielsen shot a 109. Boykin will tee off at 9 o'clock this morning in the final round. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Wednesday. It's the bottom of the hour. 54 degrees overcast. We'll top off, they say, in the mid-70s with quite a bit of cloud cover. Sunshine on Thursday, clouds Friday and Saturday, sunshine Sunday and Monday with warmer temperatures. The obscure holiday of the day today on this May 22nd. If you fancy yourself a musician, this is a good time to start. Let's go out and buy a musical instrument day today. Buy a Musical Instrument Day. Musical instruments go back to all the way back. The first musical instruments were strictly rhythm, basically bones and stones and rocks and sticks. It was used in rituals, but they got the, and then they eventually, as people developed and we got smarter and humans developed, they came up with the idea of melody, and you put melody and rhythm together, and by golly, you got yourself music. So the best time for musical instrument development was in the Renaissance. Just about every musical instrument that you can think of that is a traditional instrument like you see there was all developed during the Renaissance for the most part. So go out and buy a musical instrument you've always learned to play and want to learn how to play and learn how to play. And if you have a musical instrument gathering dust in your closet or your cellar or your attic, dig it out, dust it off, and learn how to play it yourself. And most historians agree that the very first musical instrument created by humans was the flute. There you go. So go buy a flute and learn how to play it. It's Buy a Musical Instrument Day today. Somebody should pay me for that. 31 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Boy, you think we have political discord now in this country? We had nothing back in the 163 years ago. It was on this day, May 22nd, 1856. Senator Charles Sumner of Massachusetts gave a speech on the floor of the United States Senate. He basically badmouthed slavery, badmouthed the South. Senator Sumner did. Charles Sumner, he just went on the floor and just basically said, the South, you're wrong, and I don't like you. Well, Preston Brooks of South Carolina took it very personally, so much so that he dug out his cane and beat poor Chuck Sumner up real bad. And we're not talking like a wiffle cane or a Nerf cane or a plastic cane. This was an 1856 cane. It was heavy, and he beat him up bad, and it revealed really to most of Americans what was going on, the polarization between the North and the South. Of course, Sumner became a martyr to the North, and Brooks was a hero in the South. And this is how bad it was. Sumner, of course, couldn't go to work for quite some time because they just beat him up. So he spent months convalescing, and while he was convalescing, the folks in the South ridiculed him, said he was a coward for not resuming his duties. Well, he was in the hospital. He had a legitimate excuse. Preston Brooks and Chuck Sumner got a little personal on this date, and it happened on the floor of the United States Senate. That's why they have wiffle canes now. It doesn't happen anymore. May 22nd, 1856. May 22nd, 1906, 113 years ago, the Wright brothers were granted U.S. patent number 821,393 for their flying machine. I think we should start renaming airplanes back to the original name, flying machine. Sounds much more romantic, doesn't it? Now flying, of course, used to be an adventure, used to be a certain romance to go to an airport and hop on a jet and go to another part of the country or another part of the world. And now it's just a slog. People just give me there. But if we rename them flying machines, maybe they'll bring the romance back in. Happy 113th birthday to the flying machine, now known as the airplane. 59 years ago, there are earthquakes, and then there are earthquakes. May 22nd, 1960, 59 years ago today, 9.5 on the Richter scale. The Great Chilean earthquake hits southern Chile, the most powerful earthquake ever recorded. 9.5 on the Richter scale, and it lasted for 10 minutes. That must have been terrifying. There was a huge tsunami that swept all the way across the Pacific Ocean. The next day in Hawaii, a bunch of people ignored the sirens and said there's a tsunami coming, and they saw all the water rush away from the beach, and they went out on the beach, and the water came in, and 61 people were killed in a tsunami in Hawaii. And more people were killed with tsunamis in Japan and the Philippines and Australia. The Great Chilean earthquake, 9.5, that's unheard of, happened 59 years ago today. Let's do some birthdays for you. Many people consider him the greatest actor ever. In interviews, Spencer Tracy, Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, Katharine Hepburn, they were all asked who's the greatest actor ever, and they would all say Laurence Olivier. He was English, of course, also dabbled in direction and production. He was born in the state of 1907, lived a long life, and he won 4 Academy Awards. Sir Laurence Olivier, born in the state of 1907. And who's kidding who? When a movie with Sir Laurence Olivier comes on, I check it out because the guy was pretty darn good. Kathy McMorris Rogers, 5th Congressional District, celebrates a milestone today. There she is. She's 50. Of course, she won election in 2004, has been serving the district since 2005, the eastern third of the state. She is the highest-ranking Republican woman in the United States House of Representatives. Kathy McMorris Rogers is 50 years old today. And a Northwest legend, Apollo Ono, 37 years old today. Speed skater, of course, short track speed skater, 8-time medalist. He's got 2 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze in Winter Olympics. And 10 years ago, he went on Dancing with the Stars, and he won. Apollo Ono celebrates birthday number 37 today. Hey, if you know a local celebrity who's celebrating a birthday, go to our Facebook page. Go to the message part, and let me know if you got a local celebrity who's celebrating a birthday, and I'll do my best to get it on the air. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, everybody is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. It's a classic. In fact, I think it's the very first opinion that Mike ever recorded. Yeah, a trip down memory lane with Mike Magnotti. And then my conversation with Beth Sykes from the Wenatchee School District's Transition House. Important stuff. Important information from Beth is coming your way. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Wednesday edition on the NCW Live channel.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley, from the staff at Collins Fashions. Christy, Heidi, Georgia, Julene, Judy, and I, we are your Brighton headquarters for the Valley, and we are here to assist you with your personal and gift-giving needs of jewelry, handbags, sunglasses, etc. We carry your favorite brands such as Tommy Bahama, Karen Kane, Tribal, Jag, Nick and Zoe, Joseph Ribkop, foundations from Spanx and Shapies, cute, comfortable shoes and sandals. Our staff will style you head to toe at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
No matter what the season is, the weather is always fine at Wenatchee Valley Mall. Come explore the stores today. Wenatchee Valley Mall in East Wenatchee and online at WenatcheeValleyMall.com.
When you think of Doghouse Motorsports, you might think of motorcycles, but there's a lot more in this house. How about Honda power equipment? From snowblowers to lawnmowers to generators and even water pumps, Honda is the brand that sets the standards. Perhaps you need an ATV or UTV. The Doghouse has the largest selection anywhere. Did we mention watercraft and snowmobiles? And of course, we have motorcycles too. Back it up with terrific customer service and you have Wenatchee's best motorsports store 5 years running. Isn't it time for you to be in the Doghouse?
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, there's a lot of argument these days about capitalism and whether or not some people have too much money. Well, honestly, I have to agree. I think some people do have too much money, but also, honestly, who's to say who has too much and what too much is? You, me? Now, one truth is, to many people in third world countries, the average American, you and me, for example, we have too much money. We have more than enough food, little concerns about personal safety, and the lifestyle of most of us exceeds that of millionaires 100 years ago. So again, what's too much and who gets to say? Something to consider. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
Only one dealership in Wenatchee has Motor Trend's SUV of the Year and Truck of the Year. That's right, Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the all-new Ram 1500 pickup. Or get the best of both worlds in the new Jeep Gladiator. Visit Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today for more information on these award winners and see why there's no reason to leave town to buy your next vehicle.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive, no nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family-owned and operated Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Cashmere. Affordable care.
Crown Furniture, where prices really are lower.
Hi, I'm Lehman Williams, General Manager of Crown Furniture, and I'm inviting you to take advantage of our spring closeout savings event. Save up to 45% off store-wide. Since 1963, Crown Furniture has taken great pride in providing unsurpassed quality, comfort, and selection. So if you're looking to fill that first-time apartment, or you want that built-in America quality with your own custom flair, stop by today and see us at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue, across from Stan's.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. For my brother Eric Kuntz said you got to get Beth on the show to talk about the things that Beth does, because Eric and Beth works together. Well, he's my brother and his family, and you say, yeah, Eric, I'll have Beth on. And for very good reason. Beth Sykes is my guest today. She runs the transition program for the Wenatchee School District. She does great work. The staff does great work. The entire Wenatchee School District Special Education Department, which is the big umbrella, does great work. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Why did Eric decide that you should do this show?
Because he is, I guess, a full supporter of what we're doing, and he wants, he knows that we're looking for opportunities for our students, and we needed to get the word out. So.
You have a really good staff. I was on the school district page earlier today doing a little research before Beth came in, and I know a lot of these people. They're all solid pros. It's a good group to work with, isn't it?
It is. They're amazing. They're all job coaches for our students, and we do some stuff with students that a lot of people may not know, and our kids get to go out, and I shouldn't call them kids, our young adults go out into the community, and they are seeking job skills. And so we work with a lot of community providers such as Stemelt and Crunch Pack, Lowe's. They employ our kiddos, and our students get to learn those job skills, and our staff go with them and help.
We had the kids come, some of the kids came down and visited our studios a couple of months ago. They had a great time.
Yeah.
They had a really good time. Really cool kids, really cool kids. The transition program, for people who don't know what that is, explain it to it, Transition Program 101.
Okay, so students with special needs and who qualify for special services have the right to stay in school until they're 21 years old, through their 21st year. And so if students and their families decide after spending 4 years in high school that they want to focus on vocational training, community access, and independent skills, then they can stay in a school district, and the school district is legally bound to provide services for them. So that's what we do at the transition.
Yeah, all the school districts are, but some school districts are better at it than others, and Wenatchee is probably the best at that. It's part of the underlying thrust of the Wenatchee School District is we're just not going to just babysit your kids for 3 years and then send them out. You're doing something. You're doing something about it.
Absolutely. We're teaching students to to know how to identify what their needs are, what they struggle with, and how to verbalize that that's their struggle, and ask for help to overcome that barrier so that they can work independently with greater ease. So it's pretty cool, and we do a lot of stuff with kiddos.
Yeah. And once you turn 21, the legal obligation ends, but at this point, the kids, the young adults, as you call them, they need to have basic life or professional skills of some kind or another to contribute to the community in various ways. They, jobs and stuff like that. And this is one of the big reasons that you're here, Beth.
Yes, absolutely. We're looking for opportunities from business partners in the community to allow us to bring supported opportunities to our students. So if there's a business out there that would like to help us teach kids how those soft skills for employment, showing up on time, calling in when you're sick, working until the job is done, those types of things, we would like to send students out with our support staff to learn those skills. And it can be any skill. We're looking for a variety of.
And how does that placement work? I mean, this person needs a custodial assistant, and this student here would be perfect for that. Do you work together with the business, or do you?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, I would contact me. I would love to come out and visit with the businesses and the human resources folks, and then we would talk to our students, because our students, they go through the whole process. We show them what jobs we have available. They decide what they want to do, and then they apply for the job. We do an interview with the business, and then hopefully we place them at that business for work. And right now, all of the businesses that we work with are paid internships. They're not internships; they're actually employed. So they're paid positions, and our students can continue to work there as long as they do the job well.
My guess is the parents of your young adult students are just love the transition house and the transition program. They're probably just like, you guys are gods to them.
Well, I don't know that we're gods to them, but my hope is throughout students' school lives, parents are told your student didn't meet this milestone. Your student may not have passed this assessment. And I want families to know that there is a positive, happy life coming for their student. And there are a lot of amazing people in this community that want to reach out and want to support our kids, and so are our students. So there is a happy future, and I want families to know
Well,
that.
give me a transition program success story. Give me something that people can hang their head on.
Okay, so well, I'm going to talk about Crunch Pack a little bit. Well, and Crunch Pack and Stamilda are two that are amazing, but we have Crunch Pack has actually brought on an employee that's already employed with Crunch Pack, one of their own employees, to be a natural support. So when we have a student who wants to work at Crunch Pack who has exceptionalities and barriers to being independent, they have someone on staff that is going to come up alongside that student and assist with whatever's necessary to help that student be independent. So that frees up our staff. We are not having to send a staff member out to Crunch Pack. They already have a person there.
Well, kudos to them.
It's amazing. It's at a great, please support Crunch Pack. They're amazing. There's also Stamilda has 4 of our students working there now, and Lowe's has a student that has support there too. So it's really a neat thing. And our students come to school and they're excited to work. When you hire a person with exceptionalities, they come to work, their attendance is better, their work is better, and they add so much. They greet people, and they're really excited.
You use the term exceptionalities. I like that.
Yes.
Is that a buzzword, or?
I don't know that it's a buzzword. It's something. To me, our kids are exceptional, and I would rather focus on all of the amazing things that they can do instead of the things that might seem negative to others.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's a good word.
It
I'm
is.
writing that one down.
Exceptionalities.
I'm keeping that one.
Yeah.
From a parental standpoint, and we talked about this a little bit off camera, when does a parent need to be concerned as their child goes from being a baby to a toddler, that they get to a certain age and thinking something might not be copacetic with little Billy or little Sissy or whatever?
In my opinion, anytime that you have a concern, always reach out to your physicians, ask the questions, and early intervention is what's important. The earlier, the better.
And it could be almost anything. It could be something as simple as just hard of hearing, which isn't a or hard of vision problems.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah.
And again, the kid can go out and become a young adult, a productive member of society.
Absolutely.
Other things are certainly more challenging and more
But everybody has the ability to learn, and they have the ability to work and contribute. And that's
I think
what
the
we wanna
word
do.
here, I'll throw it out there, is dignity. How's that? Is that a
Yep.
good word?
It's one I talked to my staff when I first moved here. We always want to maintain dignity and respect at all times for our students. So,
How long have you been here?
This is I'm ending my first school year.
Oh, so you came from where?
Spokane.
Oh, the Lilac
Mead.
City.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
beautiful area.
Absolutely.
So what brought you to little old Wenatchee town?
I got married.
Oh,
Finally,
wow.
yeah.
They know what causes that
Yes,
now. Yeah,
yes.
you meet somebody and there's, the lightning bolt and the
Yeah.
Cupid with the arrow and
much.
before you know it, you get, well, way to go.
Yeah.
Do you like our little hamlet here?
I love it. I absolutely love
Did you have any familiarity with the Wenatchee area before you?
it. Well, we've dated for 10 years.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Long distance for 10
okay.
years. So, yeah.
So, well, that means that's good because the longer you know that part, then
Yeah.
the odds that the marriage is going to succeed
Let's hope.
is going to work out fine. So, is
Yep.
this something you've always done, Beth? Have you
Yeah.
been in this line of work for?
This is my 24th year, I think.
Wow. So you started when you were like 10?
21.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, 21.
Boy, you try
Close.
to give
I
her
know,
a compliment.
I know.
So
10 was it,
Was
yes.
it was like a calling that you had early on? You said, this is.
I always thought I would teach fourth grade,
Okay.
and when I was in Spokane Public Schools, I was asked to long-term sub in a program for students who are 18 to 21, and fell in love, and that was it.
It's
Like
funny how these things just
1997.
fall into your lap sometimes. isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Can't
Well,
do it.
I'm glad you like your job, and I'm glad you like little old Wenatchee town.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad
fun.
you haven't fired my brother.
No.
That's
Close. No, I'm just kidding.
He loves his work. He
He's
really
amazing,
does. And he
yeah.
loves his kids too.
Yeah.
He really likes to take care of them.
He does.
Let's wrap up where we started, Beth.
Okay.
We want to get the word out for businesses that these kids in the transitional program at the Wenatchee School District are eventually going to transition.
Yes.
That's the key, and they want to be productive members of the society. They want to contribute. They can help you out, businesses.
Yes.
All you got to do is meet them halfway. What do they do at that point?
They need to call me, contact the school district, I guess, to get a hold
Right.
of me, and then we'll schedule a meeting and come out and visit and talk about what skills our students have and what they might be able to do, and we'll go from there.
How many kids are in the transition program right now?
Right now we have 16.
16.
Next year we're looking at 28, and we're hoping to build to regional capacity. So
What happens to some of the smaller school districts that don't have? I take it there are smaller school districts that don't have this kind of program, right? Are
Well,
they
all
lost in the weeds. How does that work?
Well, let's hope not. But all schools are required to provide transition services. Sometimes you may not have a student who chooses to stay until they're 21, but then randomly you'll get one, and you need to provide transition services. So my goal is to, and I think Wenatchee School District's goal is to be able to invite other students that may not have schools that have programs in place.
Okay,
To be able
but
to come join
going
us.
from 16 to 28 next year, that's a big bump.
Yeah.
That's how can you account? What's the?
Well, this year a lot of kids, they don't, if they're not staying until they're 21, like this year we are losing one to aging out, is what we call it. Next year we're losing 12 students to
Okay.
aging out. So it's just however many students are in at the current time. Yeah.
Beth, it's good to I'm glad Eric made me do this.
Me too.
Yeah, he's my older brother. You gotta do it. You gotta do.
Yep.
Beth, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the marriage and the move-in and the.
Thank you.
And life seems to be treating you pretty well.
It is.
So.
It is.
And please don't fire my brother.
We won't, ever.
All right.
Thank you.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Life is unpredictable, and risks are part of business.
But what is important is how well prepared we are to handle the unpredictability and take the risks. We provide trusted choices for insurance, health insurance and Medicare, life, disability, and long-term care, homeowners and renters, contractors, general liability, equipment and bond, farm, crop and stock, and business insurance.
Corey here from Rose Tractor, your local Cub Cadet dealer. We've got the all-new Cub Cadet Ultima zero-turn mowers in stock, and they are awesome. The Ultima is like no other zero-turn you've seen. With a box tube frame and available Kawasaki engine, it has unmatched strength and performance, cutting up to 50% faster than lawn tractors. You have to see the Cub Cadet Ultima to believe it. Come on down and experience the Cub Cadet Ultima today.
Hi, Justin here, owner of Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Club Crow is your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Looking for a fun night out? Join us at Club Crow Saturday nights. We have live bands to rock the night away. Club Crow is bringing comedy to Cashmere. Check out our Facebook page for upcoming dates. Live jam session first Sunday of every month. Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere, the coolest place in town.
There's no substitute for the power of cable TV advertising. With Solion Cable TV advertising, you can reach your target audience right here in North Central Washington. We understand their viewing habits and can precisely target your customers on great cable networks like these. Call Solion Broadcasting today and let us show you how to put your business message right in front of thousands of prospects at a very affordable price. Solion Broadcasting, 509-888-2020.
And we're back live here from Studio 2 in downtown Wenatchee. I'm Dan Kuntz on this Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Friendly reminder before I get to the weather forecast. Today is the day at the historic Wooden Avenue Bridge in downtown Chelan is closed. They closed it about an hour ago. It's going to be closed for most of the day today. They're doing something. Can't remember what. But you can't drive a car over the Wooden Avenue Bridge in Chelan today. You'll have to go up and around, which is really the way to do it anyway. So the Wooden Avenue Bridge in downtown Chelan closed to vehicular traffic till around, I think, 4 or so this afternoon. Just wanted to give you a reminder on that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that weather forecast one more time. It's a little bit of everything. It's a weather smorgasbord, so belly on up to the forecast bar and take a look. They say 77 today. We're at 54 now as we climb up. Basically, today is almost exactly like yesterday. The only difference is they say it's going to be a few degrees warmer. We hit 68 on Tuesday. They say 77 today. I don't know. I don't think we'll get there, but I'm not a meteorologist. Thank you very much. It is going to be cloudy, but no real rain in the forecast. So just like yesterday. Cloudy tonight, 58 for the overnight low. Weak high pressure is going to be hanging around Thursday. Thursday looks really good. Take the afternoon off and get yourself a tea time or go to the park or do something on Thursday because that's nice. Sunshine, high of 82. Thursday night, a system begins to come in from Canada, or as I sometimes say, Canada. It'll be coming down in the overnight hours Thursday night, so we'll cloud back up again about 60. Best chance of rain in this whole forecast period is going to be Friday. There's a 50% chance of showers, mainly in the afternoon on Friday. Lots of clouds, have about 75. We cool back down again because it's ushering in some cold air along with the clouds and the unstableness, I should say, maybe in the atmosphere. Could get some measurable rain on Friday afternoon. Earlier in the week, they were thinking we could even get a thunderstorm or two here in the Wenatchee Valley. They're kind of backing off that now. They're thinking it'll be more to the east of us. Spokane, the Idaho Panhandle could get thunderstorms Friday or Friday night. We're probably not, with a 57 for the overnight low on Friday night. Saturday, that system is going to begin to exit the area, but it's going to take its sweet time, so we're still going to be cloudy, probably dry on Saturday. High of about 77. Sunday is when that system from Canada continues to go south. It's going to start heading on into Oregon, and that's going to give us partly cloudy skies to partly sunny skies, especially later on in the day, and a high of about 80. Look at Memorial Day. Lots of sunshine, 84. Tuesday, lots of sunshine, 85. The long-term forecast for most of next week looks mighty fine indeed. My guest tomorrow, Becca Freemuth from Guada. Becca is going to be talking about the Mini Makers Fair. Get involved in that. She'll be my guest tomorrow, provided the show isn't canceled. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.